yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll be dreaming safe and sound. You better know why. Baby, that's all I got. When we come down to yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll be dreaming safe and sound. You better know why. Baby, that's all I got. Baby, that's all I got. Is this the kind of sound that you wanna hear? Is this the kind of vibe that you wanna feel? 'Cause I'm the type of guy that you'll never fear. You could do your thing, then come near. Maybe I'm caught up in the thing that you know I like. See, we can make time, baby, overnight. Or we could make a grand escape, and we can roll high on our break. I'm all about the look that you're giving me. I'm all about the dance moves you're letting free. Well, I'm all about a sweet sound and loving spree. So listen from my melody. Yeah, maybe I'm caught up in the thing that you know I like. See, we can make time, baby, overnight. Or we could make a grand escape, and we can roll high by the way, yeah, yeah, yeah. And when we come down to yeah, 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 we'll be dreaming safe and sound. You better know why. Baby, that's all I got. When we come down to yeah, 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 we'll be dreaming safe and sound. You better know why. Baby, that's all I got. Baby, that's all I got. Yeah, this is the kind of sound that I wanna hear. Yeah, this is the kind of vibe that I wanna feel. And you're the type of girl, baby, you're the real. Check it one time, what's the deal? Maybe I'm caught up in the thing that you know I like. Yeah, we can make time, baby, overnight. Or we could make a grand escape, and we can roll high by the way, yeah, yeah, yeah. And when we come down to yeah, 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 we'll be dreaming safe and sound. You better know why. Baby, that's all I got. When we come down to yeah, 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 we'll be dreaming safe and sound. You better know why. Baby, that's all I got. Baby, that's all I got. Baby, that's all I got. We're feeling alright, yeah. We're feeling good, we're feeling alright, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, it's about that time for us to look around and meet somebody new. Well, let's all welcome in familiar faces, perhaps somebody who has a conflict in their life. Alright, tell them you're sorry, but there's ways to change the wrong to right. See, we can sit in a distant haze and watch rain clouds for thoughts of greatness to help our troubles sail real far away. Oh yeah. Well, it's a struggle every day. We're stressing.
You ready, Jerry?
I'm ready.
Just want to make sure you're ready, brother. Show me the money.
Oh, you didn't know?
Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling.
Put my
my shoes on, you wouldn't last a mile.
Summertime, wintertime, I'm on the grind. Yeah, I got the ring, I'm the champ, I'm the genie of the lamp.
This is the gift I was given, so I just live by my hustle.
It's all about the Benjamins, babe.
Yeah.
It's all about the Benjamins, babe.
Yeah.
It's all about the Benjamins, babe.
Yeah.
VIP me put in my pocket, it don't make sense, but don't make a profit. It's all a hustle, ladies and homies. Make money, 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 money.
It's hard out here for a pill. Really tryna get this money for the real.
I want to find a thing to save my life, so I hustle.
It ain't over for me. No, it ain't over for me.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Okay, let's go smoke that joint.
Are you ready? You think you can tell us what to do? You think you can tell us what to wear? You think that you're better? Well, you better get ready. Bow to the masters. Break it down!
What up? What up? Back at ya. We're waking, we're baking. Let's get it. What up, Emil? What's going down, bro? Hey, Crispy in the house. What up, Crispy? What up, Ryan? Said happy Thursday, fellas. Quick dynasty question. Would you trade Javonte for QJ, Quentin Johnston, for those who don't know, or JMO, so that's Jamison Williams, right? Or hold Javonte? This is very interesting. This would have to be, I feel like this would need to be a team-specific trade, because if we're doing just a one-for-one, I'd rather have Javonte Williams. Just the value for him is a little bit higher right now. Obviously, Quentin Johnston, with a good season, he could propel past what his value is right now, but his value could also lower in year one because of the weapons and stuff that they got over there besides him. So I think I'm holding Javonte over Quentin Johnston or Jamison Williams. Team specific though, if like your team is like really, really hurting for wide receivers, and you got a shit ton of running backs, that's where things may change. But if we're just talking about in a vacuum, I'm not moving Javonte for QJ or Jamison Williams. All right. What is up, everybody? I was slacking on creating the video. I need to start creating the stream the night before, because I think a lot of people get high and forget that we got to wake and bake every morning. And our cards for next week. Who's going to get in on the cards with us? We're doing, that's going to be 4 of the Panini Prism boxes that we're opening, and it's $10 a piece here. More than half the teams are already gone, so you want to get in as soon as possible here. We got the cards: Ravens, Panthers, Bears, Browns, Texans, Colts, Raiders, Rams, Patriots, Giants, Seahawks, and Titans that are available right now. So make sure you jump in there. Let me know what team you want to get. And yeah, Ryan said, appreciate it. Appreciate you, homie. Thanks for dropping by. Because the fantasy isms never stop around here. Been so busy, I haven't really been able to come up with a bunch of I guess advice videos, things like that. We're just live streaming so much. That's really what kind of slows down those kind of videos from happening, because we're giving so much information like here. All right. Let's smoke it up more. What's everyone smoking on right now? And how about this? We'll wait till Bogey gets back, and then we'll bring him out here. And Stranger, shout out to the Houday Nation. What are you smoking on over there, bro? Stupid Fire Stick says that running out of space. I think it's because Noble keeps downloading stuff on here. Let's get a new bowl going. All right. Yeah, Stranger said puffing some grape diamonds at the moment. I like it. Oh, there we go. In the building. What up, Bogey?
What up, my bad fucking morning.
All good.
Morning grind.
It's how it goes sometimes.
Yeah, I might not even be able to rock this whole time. Probably just have a quick smoke.
All right.
Yeah, I got something that just came up. But it's something I'm supposed to handle tomorrow, but they want to try to do this a day earlier. So I'm like, okay, let me get on this.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, it's got to happen today or not at all. So
yeah. And for those following the best balls, we're going to start one of the best ball divisions today. We're going to do the draft order race during FNT, and that's going to be for the Breakfast Club division. That one's
hey! Ooh.
Classic stuff. Classic stuff. That is definitely a classic movie.
Yeah, and I don't know. I was just not feeling the redhead like that.
What's her name? Molly Ringwald. She's a prude. She's a prude, though, right?
Yeah. You know, she doesn't want to let anybody know if the carpet matches the drapes.
And what was funny, it took the other girl over there. It took her lying about it to I had sex with my shrink or whatever. and then
the wild chick the one who what was it? Her snack was hella crazy.
yeah. She had the what's it called? It was like a Captain Crunch like sandwich with like pixie sticks, like mix.
Like she was trolling, bro.
Yeah, she was funny because they were talking about like what would you do for $1 million, and like it was Ringwald who asked Emilio Estevez. She was like, "Well, it's to see like kind of like how far you would like take it," and she was like, "Would you like drive to school naked for $1 million?" And he was like, "Would I have to get out of the car?" And she was like, "Of course." And he was like, "Do I have to?" He was like, "Front or the back of the school?" And you know, in what's it called? In the spring or in the fall? Like, man, that would suck. It's got to be cold as fuck, like over there in Illinois in the in the winter. And he said he would do it, and then the other girl comes in. And she was like, I'd do anything sexual, and I don't need $1 million to do it.
Damn,
and
she was throwing it out there. You know, I mean, I guess that's where it all came from when we were kids, right? And it wasn't just like, what would you do for $1 million? It was specifically, hey, would you suck dick for $1 million, bro? You know what I mean? Motherfuckers always ask each other that in the hood. And there's no way you could ever like get around that, you know what I mean? Because it's like, if all of a sudden you see me mobbing in a Bentley or something, you know what I mean? You'd be like, damn, bro, Bogey had a Bentley, bro. How he came up? Bro, you in here, bro? What? He's sucking dick for $1 million, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
well, and one of the most classic, I think, versions of that is what's it called? Workaholics. It's like literally their convo, like on the way to work, and it's like a subplot within the entire like storyline of everything that's going on. And it's Anders asking Adam, and he was like, $1 million? He was like, yeah. And Anders was like, he was like, let's get down to brass tacks here. He was like, would you suck a dick for $20,000? He's like, new motorcycle? Yeah.
Oh man, that's wrong.
And then he was like, all right, let's just get
And
down.
he ain't even talking about like a Ducati or nothing like that. He's talking about like, you know, just one of them regular old You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just
How much
just
of them
some brass
Yamahas be going for these days? 4 or 5 racks?
Yeah, and he was like, "All right, let's just get down to brass tacks. What's the least amount that you would suck a dick for?" And he was like, "Probably 900." And, and they're like, "What?" He's like, "I said 9,000. All right, I said 9,000."
Oh man, that's all bad.
And it's so funny because like it gets brought up again, and like the guys are making fun of him, and it's like the main plot within the story is it's like the owner of TeleAmericorp or something within the higher ups of TeleAmericorp. He's trying to get them to like murder him, and and he was like, "Yeah, I'll give you $10,000." And he was like, "Man, you'll suck a dick for 900, but you won't kill someone for 10,000." He's like, "I said 9,000. You want to go, dude?" So pissed the entire time. And then at the very end of the movie, or at the very end of the show, is someone getting hit by a car. I think it was Blake, and then they were like, "How much does this ambulance ride cost home?" Because they're getting in the ambulance. They're like, about $900. And then they all look at Adam. Come on,
That's
Adam.
funny. I mean, see, having a price, you know what's funny is like it don't matter how expensive something is.
Yeah, if you say you'll do it,
You're
you're
pricing it. You're still pricing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's, you know what I'm saying? Might as well just suck that dick for free by that point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? See,
Man, one of the classic scenes that I like in Entourage, Ari Gold, he's the crazy agent, and he's pretty much homophobic, just talks shit like about everything, but he has like a gay assistant in after season 1, and he said he had to get a gay assistant so one of their clients wouldn't hit on his assistant anymore. And he's like, "Oh, you want to hit on my assistant now? Go ahead."
okay. No, go ahead.
And then he has to offer up his assistant to a huge TV writer, I guess, someone who's going to bring in millions and millions of dollars. And he starts having this his conscience attacking.
His conscience comes into play.
And it's funny. He makes his wife. He's like, "We got to go to Boys Town now." He hears she works hard for the money on the radio, and he like starts crying. He's like, "We got to go to Boys Town, baby." And he was like, "We made," and then he finally goes down there and he like steals Lloyd back away, and it's this whole big moment. And he was like, "We may be whores around here, but we ain't pimps. Let's get the fuck out of here."
That's funny. It's a good message for life.
Yeah.
I mean, by definition, we are whoring ourselves to whatever job you have or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but I'll never call that motherfucker my pimp.
Fucking Crispy.
That's a boss.
Yeah. He changed his name in the Breakfast Club to Breakfast Sausage. You're a fucking Crispy. You're a fucking savage. What up, Chaotic?
What up, Chaotic? Hey, you know what's hella funny about Breakfast Club though? Because like it was just like how, you know, how high school things like that in high school ain't changed. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, okay, in the 80s, were they not foreshadowing school shooters? That dude was ready to shoot that school up, bro.
I mean, there were school shootings before that. I mean, that was more or less
there you go.
That was more
like
or less
in the the 90s and on, like life after the 80s when all the shootings were all strikingly similar. You know what I mean?
I just think we didn't hear about. Well, I mean, I'm born in '86. You're born in '84.
84.
So in the '80s, we're just not hearing too much about it necessarily.
Good point.
I think with social media and shit, it's like, I mean, I know that Columbine. I mean, shit, that was in Colorado. Everybody knew about that. See, I don't even know if everyone even knows about the Santana school shooting, which happened like less than 2 years after that in San Diego.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
I
see,
didn't
like,
even know about that shit.
That's what it is. It's like we hear more.
Was it a Mexican shooter? They hear about it when it's like a white shooter.
So Santana, is in Santee, and it's pretty much like the fucking it's like the
Border.
KKK area of San Diego.
Oh wow, okay, yeah. Oh, that's
So if it was a
maybe
Mexican,
that's why.
it makes total sense. I mean, shooting up a bunch of racist motherfuckers,
Yeah.
over there, I could believe it. I don't remember what the shooter was or anything.
That's crazy.
But yeah, I think it was just making fun of that, right? Like, because he doesn't have a gun, so he gets the next closest thing. Well, this is a gun. It's just a flare gun.
Hey, you could light somebody up bad, bro. You hit a flare gun and somebody and it catches them in the chest and it sticks to their sweater or whatever they're wearing.
He was gonna do it to himself though. Like that was the weird thing about it. Like, because he got like a D in woodshop or some shit like that. It was the pressure. It was the pressure of not being able to keep his grade point average like perfect and all that.
See, here's the thing. He must have had a father that'll beat him to death if he didn't. You know what I mean?
Not according to Judd Nelson. He was like, "You're a parent's fucking wet dream."
No, they're like, no Scrabble for you tonight. No.
Yeah, it wasn't even that. He was like, "Here's my impression of Big Brian's house," and he's like, "Hey, Dad." He's like, "Hey, son." "Hey, Dad." It's like, "What do you say we go fishing this weekend?" "Great,
Hey,
Dad." "Oh, but I have homework to do."
No.
"That's fine, son. You can do it on the boat."
Damn. And you know what's funny about that though is because man, all them shits was improv most of the time, huh? When they were shooting.
I mean, I don't know about that because what's his name? Who did that? Fuck. What the hell's the guy's name? Who did that? John Hughes. He was really big on what's it called, on dialogue. So I think I mean,
My bad. Hey, listen, hold on. I'm so high, bro. I thought we were still on Workaholics.
Oh, Workaholics was definitely a lot of ad libs, that's for sure. What up, Bakesila?
What up, Banks?
Yeah, that would be a show that I'd like to do for the Silver Screen Breakdown. Man, Entourage is a show that I could have a whole podcast about if we had people who were. I mean, and we know guys like Guccini are, but man, I love Entourage. That was like my favorite show ever.
Man, it's funny. I need to get on that shit. But what did Guccini say? He said he never finished it, but he was like, he fucked with it, right? Something like that.
I don't remember if he said he never finished it. I mean, it went for a long ass time. It went 8 seasons.
Didn't it like stop for a minute and then come back to?
Well,
or not stop, but like they gapped it, like some of the seasons up.
I guess every TV show, I think went on a little hiatus because there was a writer's strike. I was in like 2006, 7, or 8, like some shit like that, like around then when the writers had a big strike.
I swear to God, if I could just get in like one of those production rooms, like with writers and shit, I'd pitch like 10 years of movies. I bet you do the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just because we know some dope shit, like listen, and all they're doing is remaking shit or like taking, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you remember? Do you remember the episode of South Park where they go to Hollywood, and it's the Osimo episode?
Okay, I remember this vaguely because that's where I got Osimo from. That's why I wanted Brian Osimo everywhere.
Yeah, he.
Hold on, real quick. It just reminded me, just in case for some reason my man Brian is watching, bro. Shout out to my man Brian Apostle, bro. Happy birthday, brother. I tried to call your ass. That motherfucking shit was just because my man, he moved to Diego when we were like 14, 15, you know what I mean?
Okay.
But I stayed rocking with him, you know what I mean? He's like, I've known this since the first grade. This is my guy, right? He's the real savage. I was trying to get him to come out to Disneyland that one time when we was out there. But long story longer, man. Happy birthday to my man Brian. Okay, so back to the Osimo.
Yeah, so pretty much he pitches every type of movie. It's with like Rob Schneider. He was like, Rob Schneider is like a dog or something, and then like, and like,
I remember this because those were all his movies.
Yeah, and it was funny, and they got super excited. Like, wow, that's a great idea. We'll call it Puppy Love. Next one. They were like, Rob Schneider is like, he gets turned into a stapler or something. And it's always just Rob Schneider getting turned into something different. That was all the ideas. Because that's when it was like, then they'd show the little preview like from it, and they were like, you may have seen Rob Schneider as a white chick or whatever it was. Like the different ones that he actually did in real life. But now Rob Schneider is turning into a stapler. And just like all of these fucking ideas that they had. But yes, it's pretty tough to pitch movies. Like we're doing Scream 6 on the Silver Screen Breakdowns tomorrow. So make sure you guys come check that out with us. That was one. I mean, they came out with, well, they just called it Scream last year in 2022. We'll just call it Scream 5.
Yeah, they brought back the 6, right? They just because they felt like,
well, they brought back 5 and 6 are like requels or whatever the fuck they call it, requels.
That's a new thing, not a reboot.
It's a remake. It's a reboot of a sequel. So that's what the requel is.
A requel.
Yeah. And
what do they think of next?
Just like in all the other movies where they talk about the rules, you know, they talk about the rules of a requel as well. And how all the characters are up for grabs now because it's or actually in number 6 I said that all the characters are up for grabs now because the franchise is more important than any of the characters at this point.
I could dig it. Some serial killer shit right here, man.
Chaotic said, walk like a man, where he was raised by wolves. I like it.
What's wrong with that one?
Office said, was that a Johnny Cash joke? No, it was a movie, yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to think too, because like, I actually thought it was a Johnny Cash reference myself.
Yeah. Sounds like it.
That's why we call my boy Nancy, my boy Bill, we call him Nancy. Because it's like my own version of a boy named, what was it, a boy named Sandy? What was that Johnny Cash song? It was all about naming his son a female name because he was about to be a shitty dad and never be around. So he was gonna,
yeah.
So his son would learn how to fend for himself.
Fuck. Yeah, there you go. Office Depot threw
a boy named Sue. There you go.
With Howie Mandel, Christopher Lloyd. I do not remember that movie at all.
Okay, Christopher Lloyd's in it.
And Ryan said, need a win now, wide receiver for my dynasty roster. Would you send Christian Kirk and A.J. Dillon for Devontae Adams?
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know, man. Like, I mean, we talked about it on the news.
If those are like my bench guys, I'll do it. I want to win now. I'm willing to do it.
If they are bench guys, I'm with it. But, man, I mean, I know you weren't here.
Christian Kirk might not be nothing, man.
You weren't here on the news show yesterday, but one of the pieces that we talked about is Adams, his attitude right now. And,
yeah, I saw that. I mean, I still read the news. I still read the sheet, but he was complaining. Like, I mean,
well, he said he doesn't see eye to eye with the way that the offense is being shaped out.
But he also prefaced it by saying, "Hey, look, I told y'all motherfuckers I could do that shit without Aaron Rodgers." You know what I mean? Yeah. And now I don't like where the offense is going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what he means by that is he don't like that it's Jimmy and all the offense is about to change. Because they're talking about having new installments. Yeah. You know what that is? That's this other part of the playbook that you know what I'm saying that they wanted to highlight was all a short passing game. And you know what I'm saying? Probably more tight ends and slot. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just shit that they did in New England, bro. You know what I mean? Why do you think they bring in Jacoby Myers and they bring in Jimmy? And if I'm Devontae Adams, at least I got paid because my numbers might go down drastically in the worst case scenario because Jimmy favors throwing between the hashes. You know what I mean? He's not. I'm just saying that because over the years we'll see Devontae Adams make hay all day as outside the numbers. You know what I mean? Yes, he can go. He can go over the middle of the field.
Adams played mad with the Packers and produced, so I'm cool with it as long as he takes the field. Yeah, and I guess he was playing mad last year.
I mean,
I guess like one of the big games.
He had his friend. He had his quote unquote best friend and you know Bible study group partner Derek Carr. You know what I mean?
I still can't believe that they didn't fucking keep him. Like, I mean,
For real? Are you
well,
serious?
it's not like,
You
I
have
mean,
10 years of Derek Carr. No matter what his numbers are, he's not a winner, bro. You know what I mean?
that defense.
We're looking at it probably from a fantasy. Well, I usually look at things from a fantasy scope, right? But I would say, in reality, everybody should look at Jimmy as a winner, not Derek Carr. And you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
you happen to have the
hold
guy.
on. Yeah, but see, that's the difference, though. Like Jimmy's playing with New England, where until Tom Brady leaves.
Yeah, then he plays with the Niners, and you know what I mean.
Shit, like Jimmy, like not stepping it up in the big time moment. But really, it's like you make the move.
I mean, I guess that's a step above Derek Carr then, because at least he gets to the big time moments. Derek Carr.
The Raiders have been trash, so I mean, you can't even like compare them like in that way. Like what they do, make the playoffs.
10 years. Here's the thing.
Last like 15 years.
If I've been eating pork chops for 10 years, I know this is pork chops, not filet mignon. And I'm not saying
hold on.
mignon, but we
know
know what Derek Carr is after 10 years. You know what
I'm not defending Derek Carr by any means. I'm just saying the level of fucking talent between him and Jimmy isn't astronomical. Like it's really not. Like I mean, you look at Raiders.
I would say Jimmy's better.
They're deep. Well, I'll say Jimmy's better too.
I would say part of skills is smarts, and as much as like I said, Jimmy's all brawns and no brains.
I'll say Jimmy's better too.
Some of those Derek Carr mistakes, like Derek Carr makes those fourth quarter mistakes like routinely, like it's part of his game plan. You know what I mean?
I'll say Jimmy's better, but that's the point of what I'm even trying to make. If you're really going and getting Devontae Adams over here so he can connect with his college fucking guy, you know, we've seen CJ Beathard and George Kittle.
And then Devontae Adams led the league in receiving touchdowns last year. So
why do you not give it more than a year? That's all I'm saying. Why do you not give that more than?
Carr was up. What was it? He was owed like 30. He was about to be up. Remember they gave him the Fugazi extension.
Yeah. But it's still not franchised like money that they would have had to pay him.
Yeah.
It's not 40 plus.
I think it was
he would have got paid less than Danny Pesos still, right? And Gino.
I think because Gruden never had good relationships with people in the league.
Right.
Because that's why he brought in like Mike Mayock and stuff like that. He was trying to get in good with people because he liked to make trades, bro. Why do you think he only made trades with like Uncle Jerry? Because Jerry Jones would be like, yeah, I'll let you overpay me. You know what I mean? When they did that, what is it called? He said he actually overpaid for Cooper in that sense, right?
Yeah.
To get Dak a weapon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But here's my thing though.
Like
he wanted to trade. They wanted to trade up to get Kyler Murray. You know what I'm saying? That they couldn't move up. You know what I'm saying? They brought in Antonio Brown. That whole debacle happens. Like once they were stuck with Derek Carr, they tried to get him weapons. You know what I mean? They draft Josh Jacobs, who's finally became like one of the best running backs in the game, literally last year. You know what I mean? But they've tried to get other QBs. You know what I mean? They were in the Tom Brady conversations, and then
Raiders fucking suck just at every.
But no one want to go there, and no one want to work with them.
Yeah, because they're fucking trash. Like, I mean, Office said it right here. What's their goal? Raiders have waffled between win now and win later all offseason. I think that's it. They haven't established an identity. If their identity is the run game, they're not even committed to Josh Jacobs like that because he's just on the franchise tag. I mean, they got a decent line, but their fucking defense is whack. Like, man, I mean, how that you're never going to be able to stop Patrick Mahomes, fucking Justin Herbert. You won't even.
They got their GM their GM was one of the head scouts in New England,
right?
And they haven't been able to draft worth the shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's like, and maybe they hit this year. Who they get? They got Tyree Willis. Wilson, right? So now they got.
Think that he's going to be a bust because the Raiders fucking drafted him.
I can't even argue with that.
If you go back these past 20 years, it's like the team that drafted after them in the first round, that was the big hit, of the first round.
Who got drafted this year?
Let's see.
Was it Brees? I mean, what's his name? Bijan?
Bijan? Yeah, you know what? I think it was. Hold on. Yep,
Hey,
Bijan
man.
was the next pick after.
History is on our
after
side. It's a funny
But
thing
yeah,
about history.
they always fuck up.
It's a funny thing about history. It tends to repeat itself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They didn't think them bell bottoms would come back. They sure did.
Yep. And
The dudes wasn't wearing them. Though. Actually, in my high school, there were some dudes wearing them, and they were like hardcore gangster, like Mexican cats, bro. They're greasers and rebels. Like motherfuckers would like look like they're from the 50s, the greasers, and then you'd have the rebels dressed like some straight flaming ass disco fools and shit.
Michael said Raiders are about to shock the world. How are they about to shock the world?
Let him have his moment.
That's what I'm saying. Let us know. Let us know how they're going to shock the world. I'll read it
I think it's because they got Jimmy now. Jimmy's the winner.
Okay. And so Derek Carr last year, he throws for 3,500 yards, 24 touchdowns, 14 interceptions.
Ain't that right, Jimmy?
I don't think Jimmy's going to throw 14 interceptions. But how, do we think Jimmy can eclipse 4,000? And do we think he can go over 25 touchdowns? How about that?
I think he scrapes 3,900, maybe like a cunt hair over 4,000. Wow. And he's good for about 21, 22 passing TDs. Maybe 25 is a phenomenal season for him because I feel like what hurt Derek Carr the most is not only his red zone inefficiencies as a passer, right? But it was the fact that they were so efficient at pounding the ball in. I mean, with that New England style offense, you know what I mean? They get down there within the 5. The first thing they're trying to do is pound it in. Jacobs,
see, that's why.
12 to the tune of 12 rushing touchdowns.
I guess he would have had to been more efficient to just because less attempts and everything. Like this past year, he only had 502 attempts. Missed 2 games. Was it for injury or did they pull him? I can't.
They benched him, remember?
Yeah, they benched him for 2 games.
Yeah. They're mathematically eliminated, and they were done with him because right then and there they was trying to shop him already. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Which, I mean, it's almost like what's it called?
It would have been stupid to get him hurt too. That's why.
Well, yeah, you get hurt, that changes everything.
Yeah. But, and they in hindsight, they couldn't even trade him because he sucks. So they had to cut his ass. You know what I mean? Then he goes on his fake little sweepstakes, and people don't really want him like he thinks they do. And then it's literally the guy who drafted him to begin with over there now with the Saints.
You remember that movie Little Big League where it's the young kid who's like the coach of the Twins, and so he's he's having an issue where people are hating on him because he's a kid, like the players. Like some players are already quitting, mentally, not necessarily physically. And there was one guy who was just fucking up, and one of the pitchers, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm not remembering the scouting reports and everything. Maybe you should bench me." And he was like, "Nope, I'm not going to bench you. I'm going to play you." And he was like,
"Oh, I remember this."
Yeah, and he was like, "Yeah, we may."
Was the little Malcolm in the Middle kid?
No, I can't remember who the dude was. I don't even think he went on to anything. And he was like, "You should just trade me or something." He's like, "Nope, I'm just going to keep playing you." And what the hell did he say? He was like, "Oh yeah, I'm not gonna, pay attention to the scouting reports or whatever." And then he was like, "Hey Mac, what's the trade value on a starting pitcher that can't get anybody out?" And then he gets all pissed because you're not gonna get traded if you're not fucking doing good. And then he goes out and just handles biz. But that's why Carr had no trade value. It's like Dalvin Cook, why he has no trade value.
And you know what's dope? I love doing a daily show because we do ponder all these things daily. And man, definitely said that, you know what I mean? They're gonna get. Oh, what are you doing away? That's just crazy. You gonna walk down all the way downstairs. Hey, I knew I heard something.
Let's see it. Shelly said, "Rate my rookie draft 10 teams. Gibbs at the 103, Stroud at the 201. So it's got to be a single QB league. You took Stroud over Charbonnet, huh? I don't know about that.
I
And
would
then,
have took the Q. Is it a single?
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe his QB's wounded.
And they took A-Chain at 204, Kendre Miller, 205, Josh Downs,
I
Laporta.
like that 204 and 205 pick though.
Yeah, I would have taken. I probably wouldn't have wanted Stroud unless you really, really need a QB. But in a one QB league, like you can get away with just having two QBs. I mean, three if you kind of need it, but
I mean, there's what's funny is like there really is no trade value for those QBs unless you have like
zero.
I mean, the obvious Mahomes, Allen, Burrow. What's funny is you'll see a lot of people right now in single QBs in this offseason moving, like trading away or for like Lamar Jackson and Justin Herbert or Kyler Murray, right? But when those guys are doing very well, no one's moving those guys either. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dang it, chill. He said traded Aaron Rodgers away for the 201 and didn't get Bryce. Me personally, I would rather have Aaron Rodgers, especially if it's a single QB league.
Yeah.
But who's your other QBs? Russ Wilson and Howell. Yeah, see, I much rather would have just kept.
I'm okay. He has Russ. Hey, listen, Russ got upside here with Sean Payton. You know what I mean? It might be like some ridiculous Bogard upside, like close to 5,000 passing yards. But like if he stays healthy, and I can see them having like little to no run game this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and seeing Chill said dynasty though. Thing is, with Russ, Aaron Rodgers, and whoever you have as a secondary is just a luxury. CJ Stroud isn't a luxury to me right now. I would have rather built up on the skill.
CJ Stroud about to be in a Niner.
He's never going to
play in a Niner style offense. Like, you know what I mean? His upside would be like Jimmy. You know what I mean? Like because Stroud's not really like
his upside better be higher than Jimmy. I mean, we think.
I'm just saying because
Stroud.
Think about this. They're gonna run heavy in that offense. And when I said that defense turns around by next year, by next season, that defense.
The defense wasn't horrible last year, just to be fair. It wasn't amazing.
No, it wasn't amazing and it wasn't terrible. It was the offense put them in a lot of bad positions, a lot of short fields. You know, when you're turning over the ball and your defense has to defend a short field and they get scored on, it's gonna show up as their fault on the stat sheet. So you know what I mean? Like it's very skewed. And they brought in some notable pieces, bro, starting with D'Amico Ryans, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? And then they bring in whatever, QB coach / offensive coordinator assistant for the Niners. Now he's the OC for the Texans and literally said, hey, we're going to run a Niner style offense. Like, so, you know what I mean? It's going to be a lot of play action and like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of running the ball to open that play action. So,
yeah, and
you know what I mean? If he's not running with his legs either, he's not even like, is he known for that? No, right?
Well, that's what I was going to say. Is he gonna? I mean, that's the thing in Ohio. He didn't really have to do any of that. Like, I mean, he's got so many weapons and shit. Like, I mean, you don't have to run. Is that going to be different? You know, he has no weapons. Like, it's all these young guys. We don't know how he's going to fucking connect. You know, with them. And and Chill said he likes Stroud as a prospect personally. I'm kind of just out on the Ohio State guys.
If you ask me, out of all three of them, the top three, Richardson, Stroud, and Young, I like Stroud the best.
Okay,
because I don't know. I think Richardson has like the most bust potential because it's like because of his style. Like if he's not smart and can't develop as a passer within a year, and he's always trying to take off. I mean, look at Jalen Hurts. Even someone like Jalen Hurts, who was in that very offense that Richardson's going to be in, right? Even he got hurt a ton behind a good line because it took him a while, you know what I'm saying, to be like, all right, my legs are a luxury. You know what I'm saying? Like versus like, I got to get out of every jam with my legs. You know what I mean? Because that's going to be Richardson. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I mean, especially Hurts, like in the beginning, like who the fuck did they have when he was a rookie? I mean, they get they get
a good point. I mean, they got Devontae Smith
the next year.
Yeah, in 2021.
And then you get A.J. Brown fucking in the next year after that. Like that's just money in the bank year after year.
They retained Goddard and then you know by then it was year 2 in that offense. You know what I'm saying? Like
he's played in the same offense every year, right?
And no one's arguing that Richardson has the highest upside out of all of them. You know what I mean?
I think for year one, I think a lot of people are on
Well,
that.
I'm saying for Dynasty, right?
Right. Yeah.
But see, I said the same thing about Lance. That's why, like, I'm always gonna like correlate. I need Lance to come back and bounce back, because then I could use that as an example. Like, see, no matter how highly touted, it's because of his style. He kept getting hurt. It took him a while to come on. You know what I read the other day.
Look at a guy like Justin, Field. Look at
Yeah.
Field. I mean, in year one, I mean, he was garbage, for fantasy. Like it took him getting the second year, learning schemes and learning the defense and shit like that. And even now, like he has to take a step up as a passer, like this year.
Yeah. And like, so they're making a conscious effort, right, to bring in weapons. They traded for Claypool and gave up a second round for that. Then I forget
They got
what
Joey Porter Jr., so I know the Steelers got to be stoked about that.
Yeah, and then they go and they trade for DJ Moore, who what I'm saying.
I mean, that's at least two upgraded wide receivers over your wide receiver one.
And then if Mooney could look like 2020 Mooney, you know what I'm saying, which was like his sophomore year, where
because that was when they still had Robinson, right? And he was
where he just let him play like a second or third fiddle, and then all of a sudden they have a 3 wide receiver set that's like, that could, you can go to getting shootouts with, you know what I mean? Like, because his rushing ability is going to open up those guys down the field. Like, those guys are going to get single coverage more often than not when you always have to dedicate a spy in the box on top of it being a run first team. You know what I mean? They're going to run. It's another one of those. So that they got Lou Getsy over there. That's their offensive coordinator, and he's a Matt LaFleur ripoff. So it's all that Shanahan type of joint, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's all that zone run, mobile.
Because they really need him to run. They need him to run. I'm not gonna say half as much, but how about they need him to run like
how many rushes? Yeah,
160.
He had 160.
Yeah.
If they're winning game, I mean, let's say this: if they're winning games and they're getting,
that's a big if still.
Yeah, because they brought in Deontay Foreman and they even got the big boy Roshan Johnson. These guys are closers. If you're winning games, you're not having to run and hurry up offense with Justin Fields. You know what I'm saying? So say like, and their division, they could this likely they split with a bunch of them. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have and
it's crazy. And like Richardson, because I mean that's kind of who we're comparing him to right now.
Yeah.
So Fields last year, I mean, he misses 2 games when he got hurt. 318 passing attempts though. Like, I mean, he only threw it twice as much as he passed it. Like that's a crazy ratio.
Yeah. What did Kyler Murray do his first year and he played his rookie year and he played all season? Because this was Justin Fields' second year, but basically his rookie year. You know what I mean? Because he only started but a few games his rookie year, right? Like
Kyler's rookie year, he threw it 542 times.
Okay, see, and that's playing from because they had a really bad defense too. You know what I mean?
And he rushed at 93, so he didn't even rush for 100 that year.
Okay. Yeah, and then he turned it up to the max that second year with the rushing, right? He went over 100.
Yeah, he went 133 rushes.
Yeah,
and still threw it. He had more attempts than the year before, 558 attempts.
And he played less games.
No, he played.
He played the most games his second year. That's right.
The first 2 years he played.
Yeah. Okay. So
now the year after that, and is that a coincidence? That he ran, just a crazy, insane amount the year before, and then he gets hurt. He gets banged up in the next year and the year after.
Because I was gonna say that 130 attempts already seems like too much for Fields in year 2. You know what I mean? Like, because they got him like some decent weapons here,
and he's
gonna try to throw the rock more.
Yeah, 160 last year. I think. Yeah, like I don't know. He's got to be around the 100 range, like maybe around.
Okay, he missed the game right last year. He missed 2 games.
So shit. What would let's see what
because if he only missed 1 game, that's 10 attempts a game, right?
Yeah.
So missing the 2 games, that put him up at what, like 11 point something a game?
Yeah. So I mean, if it all averaged out, he would have had like 181 attempts. That's fucking insane.
See, That's preposterous.
He's gonna get hurt. Like if he runs that much, he's gonna
But
get
you know
hurt.
what? Those are the type of numbers I would use if I was trying to take a Justin Fields and elevate him to like take Justin Fields and package him up with other players and go after like a Burrow or go after a Mahomes or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those are the type of stats I'm using. Listen, bro, if he done prorate his shit, 180 rushing attempts, bro. He was 6 yards away from breaking the rushing record last year. You know that, right?
Yeah, he was so close.
See, there's all kind of strong. This is how I make trades, bro. You just hit them with real facts that they can find. Because it's all subjective. How are you going to take that information?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's real. It's real shit, though. Made him sound real good right there, huh? Bro, Justin Fields, bro. Hey, you love Lamar that rushing year? Bro, he was 6 yards away from breaking that record, bro.
Oh, yeah.
He's coming back.
Chill said, what do we think of Deontay Johnson this year? I think for as low as he's going, I think he's a nice value. I'd rather have him over Pickens.
Yeah. I mean, Pickens, he grades poorly on Matt Harmon's reception perception because his route running is not. He's one of those great like playmakers though. You throw the ball in his vicinity, he's have to make a play. You know what I mean? That's Stevie always points this out. The fact that Pickens is a trash route runner. That's why you see him with hella highlight reels because it's like
he's always in contested catches and shit.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But yeah, Deontay Johnson, I mean, that he was like, to me, he was on the way to being like a baby Antonio Brown. But here's the thing, man, like he obviously doesn't have the same rapport with Kenny Pickett that he did with Big Ben Roethlisberger. Because at least the rapist, like he liked to throw everything short. And that's where Deontay Johnson, you look at his snaps out of the slot, it's always like 70%. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That like from Antonio Brown being there to like now, you know what I mean? Like he just plays predominantly in the slot. So that's why I feel like he's all right, you know what I mean? PPR shit.
And
we're gonna get our 5-6 targets a game, you know what I mean?
Damn, Office says Sutton is like a late stage Megatron. Said dude's dust. And I said DK great to buy low in Dynasty. Man, I don't know where you can buy.
I don't know if you could buy low on him, hell yeah. But I don't
think you're able to get him low. He's still like considered a top 12 he's being drafted like a top 12 dynasty wide receiver.
I mean, here's what we gotta worry about: DK or JSN or Lockett. I mean, okay, I'm not even involved Lockett in dynasty outlooks for those receivers. Like what you gotta worry about is the change at QB eventually. You know what I mean? Unless they this is all a ploy for them to keep making Geno what is it called? Overachieve, right? Then they're like, hey, now we'll give you an extension that's long. You know what I mean?
I don't know why it's such a fucking mystery to people. Like, you want your QB to throw more, just get more. I want him to have more stats.
Yeah, pay him less for shorter. And they paid him good for short too. It's like so, and then here's the thing: is like then you got to worry about if their defense actually comes around and their run game actually they become this 1-2 punch run game.
They gotta not get hurt and lose everybody. And
they really got to be playing from behind in all these games like they were last year, or like being shootouts like they were last year. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the schedule is tough though for that division, right?
Yeah, you got you got us, obviously, the Niners twice.
Well,
Cardinals, that should be smacked twice. Let's put up their schedule. Maybe we should do that like once a day. We'll deep dive like a division or something. You know what I mean?
Let's see. So Seahawks play. They started off with the Rams and the Lions. I mean, Rams might not be high scoring squad, but we know the Lions should be. Then the Panthers. You get the young QB Giants.
I think the Lions are the ones that are going to be. I mean, still Sean McVay. They had a lot of injuries, so I like those first 2 games to shoot out.
Because I don't think that. I mean, the Rams' defense is going to be whack. So I mean, I just assume that because of that, their offense should be good for fantasy.
Yeah, right. But I'm with you. And then like Detroit, if all of a sudden they stop the run, then you're going to be forced to throw. We're going to see that secondary get tested early. That new look secondary, right? Chauncey Gardner-Johnson and Emmanuel Mosley and who else have they got over there? Oh yeah, they got rid of Okuda. That's crazy. Anyways, okay, who they got week 3?
Yeah, then they got the Panthers. You get the young QB. You get the Giants the week after that, and then you get the Bengals and the Cardinals. So for like Tariq Woolen, he's gonna have a tough little slate of games, and then you get the Browns, then the Ravens, then the Commandos, then the Rams again, then the 49ers, then the Cowboys, then the 49ers again. That's ugly. 2 games in
That is a rough schedule, bro.
2 games in 3 weeks right now.
Even the boys is tough.
Yeah. And then damn, look at this. 49ers, Cowboys, 49ers, Eagles. A 4-game stretch right there. And then Titans, and then the Steelers, and then the Cardinals to finish it out.
So and they're nobody's sleeping on the Seahawks this year like everybody was last.
Bogey right into the Matrix. And Derek, I'll get my pick going. I don't think we're gonna be here too much longer. So we'll get that pick in soon. And Seahawks. That's a rough schedule right there. That is a rough schedule right there. But we will maybe this is what we'll do. We'll break down a different team's schedule in the morning, and we'll just see how it shapes out there. So that's just kind of crazy. Like, a lot of us who are getting Geno, now we gotta hope that their defense kind of sucks and he just has to keep throwing it. But tough games where we assume they're probably gonna be playing from behind. Everybody but Devo probably be thinking that. Yeah. This one's gonna be is gonna get wild around here. Gonna get wild. All right, one more bowl, and then we're gonna get up out of here. And don't forget, guys, we got the box break this week. It's gonna be 4 Panini Prism Blaster boxes that we are opening, and I'm on the hunt for more boxes for future weeks here. But we got the Cardinals, Ravens, Panthers, Bears, Browns, Texans, Colts, Raiders, Rams, Patriots, Giants, Seahawks, and Titans left. And actually, I think someone took the Seahawks, so I believe that they're gone. That's a rough schedule for the Seahawks.
I like it that it looks like they'll shoot out a ton. You know what I mean? Like that, like the Steelers don't scare me like that. Even Washington, they could beat Washington. Like those games probably be like lackluster fantasy. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna play the Niners tough like they do every time. You know what I'm saying? The Cowboys, honestly, you peel a couple of layers back. I think they're fugazi on defense, plus especially their secondary. We saw them get picked apart a lot last year. You know what I mean? I'm okay with that. But here's my thing: is like how bad. I just also because I don't think Seattle's defense is going to be able. To bring in Bobby Wagner or bring him back, right? But still, you're going to be able. I feel like you're going to be able to run all over them still. Even when they had Jordan Brooks.
See, the thing about Bobby Wagner
a couple years. Well, they had Wagner and Brooks a couple years ago together before he left the Seahawks first time. Right?
Here's the thing, though.
You can still run all over them then. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the thing is like Bobby Wagner is only going to have so many tackle for losses throughout the entire season. Amongst like every time that people are running on him, like
it's past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, so either way, he's just a tackling machine. He holds it down. He's going to stop the breakaway runs.
I like this happening. I'm okay with after looking at this. I'm okay with Seattle.
I hope Seattle. All right, here's the one thing that I love about Seattle for Bobby Wagner. He's going to get a shitload of tackles like he always does. That's just everybody's going to run on them. The line is weak. But here's the thing that I hate. They don't let him rush the QB like they did for the Rams. Like that. Like he was getting sacks over there. Like he was never really getting sacks for Seattle.
Jordan Burke's going to open up the year more than likely on a pup. And then they brought in Devin Bush. Wow. I think Bobby Wagner, they could use him in that fashion, right? They did get some pass rushers, and they do. I've seen
the most sacks that Bobby Wagner ever had on the
7.
No, he had 5 and 4.5. Besides
Okay.
that,
So I was overshooting it right there.
it was always 3 or under. But last year with the Rams, he had 6. So that, I mean, highest number of his career right there.
It's not really considered a breakfast beer if I've been up since 4:30, right?
I don't think so. It's
Yeah,
already
'cause I already had breakfast. Like I'm on lunch already. Everyone else is barely waking up. Ain't that right, fathead? Nah, she ain't.
Yeah, it's noon on the East Coast already.
Right? Yeah. Where's Antonio at? Antonio's like, fuck it, I'm leaving work.
But yeah, so that's what we got to see, because if he needs to get back to his 90 to 100 solo tackles, and I mean, he's always was in the mix for a shitload of assisted tackles. But if he loses his sack numbers and he only throws down around 80 solos, what he had last year, we don't like him that much. I mean, he's gonna be good still, but then he's more of an LB2 versus a mid-level LB1.
It's funny because in these startups, I want to have him, like Mosley and Wagner, like all the time. I'm like, okay, maybe in round 16 and 17, I'll peel him off, right now. And then like someone always,
I want to get him as my third. If I can get him as my
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm okay with it. I never end up. Someone always gets them before. I think someone just took Wagner, right? This one of the rounds we're in right now.
I didn't see it. Let's go check.
I think it was. Check the 22. I think someone just took Wagner.
Yeah, because we're in the mid-20s right now for the 21.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, and you're on the clock over there too.
Okay.
Oh, Kidda took Kidda.
Yeah.
Took, yeah.
I mean, did he see you're coming up or something?
Maybe, yeah. Because I mean,
this is coming up.
Yeah, don't let me get Wagner as a bench IDP.
That was the last one I saw, because whoever was after him was on the clock this morning. So
Cole Kmet, Antoine Winfield. I took Mooney, Cam Curl, Song took Laporta, and then Hyatt went right before you.
Give me my man Quincy Williams and Jerome Baker.
Oh shit.
Yes. I know they got to be at the top of my queues. That's why I'm like, yeah. I didn't think both of them would fall. I was like, somebody's about to snap it, because we're getting in that range of them. You know what I mean?
I was debating, but yeah. See, now that I already have my 5 linebackers at least to start, now it's like I gotta. Now I'm gonna pick linebackers based on if I think that they fell way too far, and I can't pass up on.
Yeah, I think I got, because me, Josh Allen and Isaiah Simmons, they don't go on my linebacker reflexes, right? So I think that fills me up now. I got Bolton, Dean, Queen, Isaiah Simmons, fucking the black Josh Allen, and then who is it? Is that now Quincy and Jerome?
Let's see. So, yeah, you got that Josh Allen, Nick Bolton, Kobe Dean, Gardner Johnson, Isaiah Simmons as the DBs, and then,
oh yeah, because I got Nick Bolton in one of Song's picks.
Yep. Yeah,
okay, that's the one. So yep. I got the Dean Queen Bolton machine. That was corny. That's why it was good.
Oh man. So there you go. Yeah, besides your second DL, you got that all filled up.
Yeah, okay. We're feeling pretty good now. And I seen someone just, oh no, never mind. That was the other league. I was gonna say a name. Because you know how it is, B. In the fucking DLs, you can wait so long and get these OGs that still produce. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It sucks though, because it's like, you know what I mean? Because it's hard to gauge those young DLs or DTs that are coming into the league, or like, you know what I mean?
I mean, because a lot of these guys, I mean, the reason why the old DLs are fucking producing is because they got the technique. Like, I mean, all these guys have the size. All these guys are fast enough. Like, most of the guys are strong enough. You know, obviously there's some guys stronger than others. But it's really the technique. And that's why, like, a D lineman, just like offensive linemen, like, they're the trench guys. Like, if you're really a boss hog, like, you could play till you're damn near 40. you know, because you're just like good. You're that good, and you're needed. You're needed for the experience because young players fuck up.
Yeah, I bet you Steven Seagal can't fuck with none of those motherfuckers in the phone booth. Because, you know, Steven Seagal, you know what I mean? It was always that close combat, like you kind of hugging on the dude. Just, you know what I'm saying? On the dude, you know what I mean?
Oh, man. Crispy says, I know I'm your king, but you don't have to call me Christ. And he said, I apologize in advance, Bogey.
Yes, Jeebus.
Oh, man. But yeah, these drafts are getting crazy. So we're in like, I think the 25th round in the number 21. And we just kicked off the 18th round in the number 22. And then I'm working on collecting league fees in the number 23. And we might be kicking that one off on Saturday, doing the draft order race and everything.
Cool. I think I'm going to link with Guccini this weekend.
Tight.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Maybe we'll cook up a pot or something. Hopefully the timing will be right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's about to I'm about to hire him to do the yard. This motherfucker's going crazy over here.
And Bake Sauce, that's why I took Luca Von Ness in the 21 this early. Yeah, I mean, it's like you got to take those guys so early because they're so young. It just kind of sucks that like you're going to take those guys early
and might not play them.
Well, you're going to grab guys in like the 30th and 40th rounds who you're probably going to play over them because it's going to be like an older fucking D lineman who people don't take because they're like 30 years old, but they're hella fucking dope still in fantasy.
Yeah, like I had a ton of Jordan Davis just in my taxi, like still to this day.
Yeah, everywhere I have him, I didn't even want to take him out yet. Like, how much is he going to play this year?
Take him out of the plastic? Like, hold on, man. I got this Jordan Davis, bro. Man. That motherfucker's still in the taxi, bud.
Who's the other dude? Wyatt, Devontae Wyatt or some shit? He was one of the other D linemen who was drafted last year to the fucking Packers. Barely fucking playing, you know? I mean, even Aiden Hutchinson. I mean, it's dope that he had like multiple games, you know, where he like really balled out, but that was like it though. Like besides those couple games, it was like he was kind of trash for the whole year.
The 22 draft was making me hot, but it was also making me smile a lot of times because like it'd be like they're taking the Troy Andersons and the Brian Asamoahs and the motherfucking Pete Warners, and they're just taking them all and they're pulling them all up like life after Quay Walker type shit. Like Quay Walker goes, then all this is like the wave of those guys. And I'm like, those guys, that wave doesn't happen till way later.
Dude,
you know what I mean?
Stevie B is killing it over here. I haven't been paying attention. I mean, I've been doing so much over the weekend and shit.
Yeah.
He's got Jordan Brooks, Zaire Franklin, Bobby Okereke, Dre Greenlaw, and Shaq Leonard. And as his,
I'll put my joint up against his, bro, any day, bro.
Well, I'm just saying though, like I mean,
yeah, he's doing his thing.
He knew what to target, you know, targeted all those linebackers, and like he didn't even
where he got Jordan Brooks, bro, like
8th round.
Yeah, I mean he took him in like the 8th, the last joint we did. That was what I was going to point out. You know what I mean? Yeah. And he did it from the same 12 spot. He really liked drafting from that 12 spot. You know what I mean? I enjoy having the back-to-back picks too myself, but it's like, you know, I've been getting greedy on the linebackers and I look at my other positions like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm counting.
Yeah, because I'm not saying he has the best linebackers in the league. I think that mine and yours can be put up against his, you know, as well. But he knew what to target. He prioritized from round 8 to round 12. He went all 5 linebackers in a row.
Yeah, I think I took the Bolton at the 7 or whatever. So wait, hold on. Oh no, this is the Roquan team.
No. I got Roquan. I kicked it off.
Yeah,
with
okay.
7, 8.
Oh, that's right. So he started snapping them off from 8 to 12. Okay, yeah. Good shit. Yeah, I took one and I ran. I took one right there, and I was like, okay, we'll revisit that in a few. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, even Song, it was a couple rounds later, but he went Pete Warner, Jack Campbell, Troy Anderson, Cody Barton.
See, and that's nasty too. Even Cody Barton. See, like he was the one. So it was Song picked the Warner and Cody Barton made me really mad. I'm like, damn, it was way earlier than I would. I'm not mad at the picks, but also like, are you?
There's only
taking
three of us. There's only 3 of us that have 5 linebackers on our squad, and it's me, you, and Stevie B.
Let's fucking go.
Song is a close second with 4.
Don't even look at me in the 21. I don't want no one to see what I'm doing over there. I think I might have like 15 linebackers.
Damn.
I might be Johnson. I might have like double digits for real.
Fuck.
I was just going.
And Kidda said, yeah, you all went too heavy. Oh, man, coming from fucking you, Kidda, you're always the guy going
now it's too heavy.
You said there's no such thing.
Hey, no, you know what I'm saying? He's always going to shit on us because we always shit on his drafts. Like, oh, y'all got too much linebackers. That's not you're supposed to do it.
Kidda knows. He's always.
Kidda's with the she's very. Hey, Kidda is a fucking fierce competitor, bro. You know what I mean? He don't play. I've seen his team builds.
Yeah, and I mean, Kidda, he's been in. We've known each other since we were kids, but he's been playing in the Green Bowl, fucking the San Diego Green Bowl, pretty much since it was in existence. I think maybe 2010. I think might have been the first year that he was in it. Can't remember if it was 2008 or not.
He said, "I've known Kidda since before he could spell fantasy."
He's always one of those guys who was always in the playoffs.
That's playoffs.
Because there's always like I'd say, let's say 4 or 5 guys who just seemed like every single year they were just always in the playoffs, and then there's always just like one other spot, for like the other 7 teams or whatever to kind of fucking compete for.
It's crazy because that one of it's called the Nice Guys finished last league. We're not bringing it back this year. This would have been year 10 actually.
Damn.
Yeah, I know, right? But I've
Green Bowl as well. The Green Bowl went on hiatus for a year, and now we're bringing it back as a $600 buy-in, and you got to be in Vegas to draft. Got to be in Vegas to draft.
I would like everybody competing in that league to like just film themselves like on the way to the draft. You know what I mean?
That'd be pretty cool.
That would be pretty tight, right? Because then we could throw something together after the fact, right? Where it's like, well, all right, man, I'm going to the airport. It's like, yeah, motherfuckers going to the Green Bowl. Y'all ain't ready. Kidda, I ain't kidding around. Oh, your thought, I'm coming, bro. Pause. You know what I mean? Then it shows Kidda, he in this thing. He's rolling up or something, you know what I mean? He's hopping out the Uber or some shit, hopping on the plane. That'd be sick, right?
Yeah.
You're over there at the mansion. Oh, way to just spill your Cheerios. Here, I'll help you. It's okay. That's why I put your milk in your bottle. It's okay. Let's go get the broom. Let's get the broom.
Oh man, she already knows. She can't be messing up. Can't be messing up like that. She takes it out on herself the hard way. Oh man. Hell yeah. So let's see. And as of right now, who's supposed to be in that league? Hold on. So we got. So it's gonna be me, Bogey, and Hess. I mean, obviously, we're kicking this off right. Ghost Monkey, he's already got his ticket, so I mean, he's coming out for the draft. He's in that thing, he said. And then let's see, Zoo Crew said that he is going to be in it as well. He already put down his deposit and paid for a bunch of the what's it called, a bunch of the money for the spot, and then so who does that leave us with? And then Candlestick and Steamboat supposedly are going to be in it. So
they're going.
Yep. So we got 4 more spots as of right now. It's a $600 buy-in, It is going to be it's going to be insane. I mean
and show him the belt, and then because this is what this it's not this belt per se, but the dude who made this belt will make you a custom championship belt.
yeah, and I mean if you do want this belt, he can make this one again. But what I had designed from him is the Stone Cold Steve Austin like style, but we got it with the FFH, the Fantasy Football Hustler. We got a bong on the front, football on the front. We got the 420 crew, little side plates. Got the FF Hustler and the joint on the side as well. So if you have a specific like wrestling belt that you want him to do, like you could say, I literally want this type of belt, you know, and then this one specifically had the rattlesnake backing because of course it's Stone Cold and the rattlesnake. But yeah, these are like $1,500 to like $2,000, you know, joints. And
Yeah, tell him because you got when you got the rattlesnake skin leather.
yeah. Hell yeah. It took a while for him to piece this together because, like, you know, it's not like he has like the real rattlesnake, you know, just backing just on tap, like for like hundreds of these belts.
I want my belt made of pure obsidian forged in the fires of Mordor.
But yeah, so he's pretty much one of the sponsors because he's given us a nice little discount on it because everyone it's pretty much a $500 league where we're throwing an extra 100 on there, and it's that extra 100 is pretty much going towards the belt, and you get to keep this belt forever, so it's not something that's going to be passed around. That's why we're throwing in the extra money. Whoever wins this thing, they're going to get to keep it.
Yeah, we can get it every year. Right, you know, the following the reigning champions, the former champions, that come through rocking name hardware. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Hey, if and when I win that motherfucker, I'm just gonna put next year's fee aside. I'm like, yeah, you hold on to that. I'm coming back.
I mean, that's always the smartest thing to do when you know you're coming back.
You know what I mean?
All right, I just made my pick. I locked in Richie Grant at the DB spot.
Nice.
There we go.
Asshole.
18th round. Feeling good. And it's crazy because like Richie Grant, he's going into his third year. We go back.
Trying to get that bag.
We go back a couple years and like in the startup drafts and shit like that. I mean, I'm sure I'm getting him in like the 30s, the 40s, you know, shit like that. And that's the kind of value raise that you want if you're paying attention to some of these rookies. And we put a bunch on your radar, you know, over the last couple weeks. And DBs, like, I don't know what it is, but it just seems like maybe it's because there's so many DBs that are usually coming out. But, man, I feel like those are the guys who usually get the biggest value raise out of everybody if you're on them as a rookie.
DBs get rotated fast as far as age, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you think about it, like, and you could have DBs go to second teams and produce, like, you know what I mean, like how running backs would, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like linebackers, because a good linebacker, you can have that motherfucker for 10 years, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And I mean, a good safety, like, what happens to a good safety? He gets moved on from. What happens to a good corner? When he gets older, they move him to safety. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's like it's weird for the safeties, right? Like you got to get in and get like look at Gardner Johnson. I think what he's doing is smart right now. He's getting what like $6 million fully guaranteed for 1 year, because I think like $10 million is the goal. What's the highest for a corner right now? Who's the highest paid corner? Ramsey still?
Yeah, it might be. Let's see.
And he might be at like 12 or 13 mil a year, or is he at that smooth W?
Let's see.
Those cornerbacks, they get
Jair Alexander. Or is it? Damn, so his is like total money. Hold on, let's see.
We could prorate it.
Yeah, let's just do per year. Let's see.
Hey, let me turn your chair around, babe, so you don't have to.
Yeah, Zaire is 21 per year. Denzel Ward 20, Jalen Ramsey 20, Marlon Humphrey 19,
Yeah,
Marshawn
so
19.
they are. So it's like 20 is the going rate.
Yeah. Yeah.
So so safeties, right? They get the shaft and all this thing.
Yeah, cornerbacks are well. It's because there's, I mean, one of the reasons why I said, like, I mean, if you hit on the right DBs, and I guess I was talking safeties specifically, there's more of them to go around. There's not like, I mean, the cream of the crop corners. I mean, fuck, man, like they're not there. There's not a lot of them. Like, how many cornerbacks got drafted in the first round this year? Like 4.
Yeah,
And like
Three?
probably two, like
Three,
probably
4.
2 are going to hit. Maybe 1 might only hit.
But you can wait on them too, though. That's the thing, right?
Well, not when you're drafting for need. Well, I mean,
it's like
in real life, not when you're drafting for need. In fantasy,
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. I just don't have I just won't have any corners unless they're like nickels half the time on my teams.
Well, like Witherspoon and what's his name?
Oh, Jerry Sneed.
Well, yeah, but see, even then, like
we know Sneed wasn't safety before. You know what I mean?
Right. He was different, but nobody was on him. Like that.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't getting drafted in the second, third, fourth round. In our rookie drafts like Witherspoon and Gonzalez. So yeah, it's good. Like even Sauce. I mean, he's drafted hella early. Last year him and Kingley, and for fantasy, it's kind of just whatever. Yeah, Stranger said for my next bowl, Sunny D. I like it.
I got some Sunny D on deck, bro.
Yeah.
What you know about this Sunny D? Give me money.
And Zeb said, would you rather have Bijan or Gibbs and a 2024 first in Dynasty? I'd rather have
Bijan.
Yeah.
Hello. He got drafted right after the Raiders pick.
And it said on Sleeper, when you look at the DB, some have the pink dots and some have the black dots. Is that cornerback and safety? So I think there is. I think it's the black dot if you're only a cornerback. But I don't know why. I mean, we have it all as DB. So I mean, that's the thing that's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Like,
and then what is the green? The green dot means they play like 80% or more, right?
I'm not sure about that.
But I only see that on linebackers.
Yeah, I don't even think that I've well, because he's talking about on Sleeper, like specifically.
Yeah. No, that's what I mean.
I don't know if I don't think I've
Dennis asked me this, and I was like, I told him, I was like, you might be right. Because I don't know, you know what I mean? I was like, I think and I've only been speculating what they mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah, see, it's weird because like Patrick Surtain, he has a black dot, says he's a DB.
So he's specifically a corner.
Yeah, but then Jamal Adams has a black dot and it says he's a DB and he's a safety.
Maybe he's specific. Maybe it's just you're not a dual guy. Maybe he's specifically safety now in their mind.
Maybe
not like this hybrid. You know what I mean? Okay, look at now. Let's get tricky. Show me Isaiah Simmons. What kind of dot does that motherfucker got? Pause.
He's got the purple dot. Like
he plays like a dual. He plays like a dual thing. So now look at Jeremy Chin, because Jeremy Chin is also labeled one of those same.
Yeah, Jeremy Chin has the pink one.
Okay, but it's just like Isaiah Simmons.
No, it's
weird.
Pink is like for the DBs. Purple is like for the linebackers.
Oh, okay, because you know what? Because Jeremy Chin is a DB who plays linebacker when Isaiah Simmons is a linebacker who also plays DB.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still confused.
Don't pay attention to the color of the dots because I don't. And
did Martin Luther King tell us?
If you really want, if you really want to know what position they play a majority of the time, just go search that team's depth chart, and then just go look on the depth chart what position they're a starter at, and then whatever other position, like with Isaiah Simmons, like he's listed as a linebacker on the depth chart, but he also has dual designation at the DB because sometimes they throw him in DB roles.
Then there's Jeremy Chin, who's listed as a safety, but he has a dual designation as a linebacker.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Interesting.
And Zeb said Juju and Monty for a 2024 first.
Juju and Monty for 2024 first.
Yeah, he said he'd get the Monty side. I think I'd
do it if I need it.
Yeah, I feel like you might be able to get a better player with that first. I mean, this is like two 50-cent pieces. I'd rather try to get some kind of a dollar, player for that first.
It's probably easier to get it now while they don't think they don't know what that first is going to end up being.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But see, look, if I need running back depth, like if you're looking at Dave Montgomery, it means you're trying to win now because that guy's probably like a year. He's probably like able to be plugged in this year. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't see there's much future for him for us in fantasy going up after this year. He's going to enter after this year. I think he enters into the realm of like,
Song.
What up, Song? Yeah, I'm okay with getting him a Monty. You're paying a little much because the Juju's not really appealing either. I don't even think they're 50-cent pieces like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like Juju to have a floor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I've seen guys like Kiki QT eat in Bill O'Brien's system, and like he's like a bigger Kiki QT. You know what I mean? He's just gonna play slot and get like 6 to 8 targets a game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's smoke it up. Office, I thought you guys were off. Wake and bake number 2. Let's get it. Almost out of here. And Zeb said, how was Disneyland? It was fun. Noble had
Minnesota, goddamn it.
Noble had a blast. And said I was in Vegas on Saturday for the sick new World Rock Fest and going to the Laker game this Saturday. Let's go.
Nice. He's living.
Yeah, and he said Winfield's my guy for IDP. He just went off the board in our number 22 right before me because that's who I was gonna pick if he had.
You just took him in the 21 hella rounds later, even.
Yeah, it's motherfuckers, man. They're on it. That's the tough part. People are on it.
Great value either way, though. I mean, Winfield shouldn't have fell that far.
Yeah, I got him in the 24th round. Like that's insane. I already had Snead and Fitzpatrick, and I'm like, man, why the fuck is Winfield still here? Let's lock him up.
Yeah, you killed that. I keep forgetting about Fitzpatrick and how young he is. He's just been playing so goddamn long.
Yeah.
What you got there, baby?
Because, I mean, he's 26. He'll turn 27 this year. I mean, he's more of a big play guy. So that's what kind of sucks. Because, like, I think, like, a guy like Winfield is way more consistent. And I usually don't get Fitzpatrick, but he lasted until the 15th round. And a lot of guys went before him, so I just felt like that.
He used to be Derwin James, Minka Fitzpatrick, Derwin James, Minka Fitzpatrick, and Buda Baker in no particular order. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
those are like the guys last year.
It's crazy because that's when like Landon Collins was still a guy, like in like the top 4 before he had got the Achilles.
Yep, and then even Winfield was in that mix, always like a top 5 guy at Antoine for starter dynasty, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's kind of dope how a year later, it's also the percent. Even Devin White's still going top 10 at the position, but he was like, you know what I mean? Like he was top 5 coming off the board.
Yeah, and I know for Winfield specifically, it's because he missed games.
Yeah, I mean, he missed a lot last year, actually.
Yeah,
I was able to plug and play Mike Edwards a ton, and go sit in your chair, baby.
Oh, and I'm on the clock in the 21 now. Oh, and thanks, Derek told me like an hour ago. Yeah, just didn't make it over here. All right, let's see. So what do we got here? My linebackers are killing it right now. I mean,
what league is this one?
What?
What league is this joint?
The 21.
Okay, so I'm coming up shortly after you. Yeah, what you about to do?
Well, we got the turnaround all the way, and then you're coming back. Yeah.
Okay, we're going back the other way.
Huh.
Oh, so I made my pick. Now you, then we're turning around.
Yeah.
Okay, so I gotta avoid you twice. Okay. Oh, I just took Trenton Simpson.
Yep, you did.
Yeah, I got a lot of linebackers in this one. I regret taking Chris Nolan. I was really high on Mushroom. That was like the other night. I was like, fuck, why did I do that? Because then, like, Troy Anderson and Brian Osmo, all these motherfuckers, I was so hot.
Yeah, I got Osmo. And
Yeah, I was hot about that.
in the 19th round, felt really good about it. Really good
I've seen
about
you
it.
take him in the 20 before. So it's like, you know what I mean? That's how I know you're consciously watching him, because you're like, all right, I think I got to pull him a little higher. You know, I've seen you even get him in round 30 before. I think it was like League 18. Is when they still had Kendricks on the team. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you gotta feel it out. And yeah, we had a lot of linebackers go in that round and the round before it. So
yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess it's not so bad. Troy Anderson and Osmo in the 19th. That's something like I would do. Here's why I'm mad.
man, this one's tough.
Oh, this is 21. My bad.
Yeah. All right. You know what? All right, we got to lock in another another DB who I didn't think should be there. We're locking in Kyle Hamilton.
Nice. Yeah, he went pretty early in the 22.
I mean, shit. And then from last year to this year, like, man, I mean, because he was drafted he was the only DB, not only DB, only safety drafted in the first round last year. So I mean, he was drafted hella high in our startups last year. And yeah, he really didn't get any playing time, and that's what it is. You got to be patient.
But he also caught an injury early. I think he broke some. Him and Marcus Williams, they both got hurt.
Yeah, that's what's been crazy for the Ravens is like they getting all their DBs. Like, man, for the last 2 years, like how do all of your DBs get hurt? Like in back.
Are you ready for this?
Throughout the year,
it's the Danny Woodhead curse. Because when Danny Woodhead left, when he was in New England, everybody was always hurt, and then Bill Belichick sent him and the curse away, only to plague every team he played for after that. The Chargers, then the Ravens, bro.
Damn.
My daughter turned around. For real, that's the Danny Woodhead curse.
Yeah, and Zeb said, LOL, Danny Woodhead. Can't believe that shit. Yeah. Is that what happened?
I mean, whenever Danny Woodhead is there, everybody was hurt, bro. And then, but since he left New England, every team he's left since then outside of New England has been riddled with injuries.
Crazy.
He only played for 2 teams, but it's pretty remarkable that it was, you know what I mean? The Ravens and the Chargers. And those motherfuckers just stay injured.
Hell yeah. All right. It's a good time to cut this off. Let's get up out of here. We'll be back for FNT in a couple hours. And then don't forget, we got Stevie B tonight with Dynasty Life Fantasy Football. We'll see you guys there. Peace out.
Peace.
Defense on me.
I don't want them to gain.
Defense on me.
I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night. If they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm going to take every last one of you out. You make sure they remember forever the night they played the Titans.
Here comes the